Hi, this is Sid Grosvenor, your Lake Chapala information guy, an exclusive buyers-only realtor. Well, I know you've already met Donna and Ted Lawler, but I'd like you to get to know Donna better because she's agreed to write some articles for us here at ChapalaClub.com all about her experiences in Mexico, and particularly in Lake Chapala, Mexico. So, Donna, when did you first fall in love with Mexico?
I guess I first fell in love with Mexico when my family and I took a camping trip in a VW van starting in Tucson and drove all the way down the coast camping out and all the way down to Guadalajara. And it wasn't until we began thinking about retirement that Mexico kind of re-entered our thoughts. Like so many other people, we've been reading about this area, and Mexico in general is a great place to retire. And so, also as so many other people do, we started buying books and reading about all the wonderful places there are in Mexico to retire. And we were attracted to the Lake Chapala, to Chapala and Ajijic. So we decided 2 years ago to come here for a vacation. And we stayed in Ajijic for 1 month, and that did it. We were hooked. So we went back to Texas to really start working on our, making our dream come true of coming here one day. My husband was still working, was retired, and I still wanted to work a few more years. So during that time, we did more reading and more research, a lot of internet research. As a matter of fact, it was while I was doing this internet research that I met Sid, who was such a great help in helping us make the decision to come here. And our plan went through many evolutions. First of all, we were going to sell everything, sell our house, everything in it, move here, lock, stock, and barrel. Then we decided, we'll sell the house and we'll buy an RV. We can live in that. Then we went to, sell the house and buy a smaller home at home in Texas. And so we could come back and have a home base. And then rent the house in Texas and rent in Mexico. Well, our final plan was to have a house sitter in Mexico, at home, and rent here temporarily. During all this research time, the economy, as you know, had hit a place that was not a wise time to try to sell a home. So when I got here, one of the first people I wanted to meet was Sid. And we met personally, talked about that I was going to try my hand at writing and had done some writing. And he encouraged me to send some of my articles to ChapalaClub.com. And so that's what I've done. And I have written all kinds of stories about our experiences here. I've written stories about interesting expats I've met. And so many stories that you can look forward to, I hope, that filled with humor and lots of photos. When I retired from my position as teaching English at university in Texas, this was my retirement gift, this wonderful Nikon camera. And I have used it. I have no idea how many pictures I've taken, but I can tell you there are 58 different file folders full of pictures. And so I'll probably we'll start with a story called Dreaming the Dream, about how this came to be. Then how we made the dream come true. What did we have to do? Why we chose here. Why we chose Chapala. And out of all the possible places in Mexico we could have gone. And making the trip, the 4-day trip from Amarillo, Texas, where we live, to Chapala. And talk about some funny stories on that one. And also our first day in Chapala, especially going to the grocery store. Adjusting to a new culture, the differences and things that seem odd and different to us. Cost of living, that's one that people are always interested in. I want to write some stories about children. That's a love of mine. And now this sounds strange maybe, but vehicles, because that's also a love of mine, especially old pickups, probably because my father was an auto mechanic. Interesting people we've met, side trips we've taken, all the great restaurants we've been to here, wonderful food, excellent prices, and music. Oh, the Mexicans love their music. Many kinds of music, but my favorite is mariachi music. And one night, we went to a restaurant here, and there was a mariachi band, and I just couldn't contain myself. So I got up in this skirt, and I went to the dance floor with some other friends and ladies, and I did the salsa. Had a great time. So there are just so many wonderful places to go, hotels, bed and breakfast, bars if you want that, many kinds of art shows and civic events. I can guarantee you will not be bored, and you will meet some of the most wonderful people on earth. We're going back to Texas in about a month. And I'll write one more story. Things I will miss. So you can look forward to things I will miss the most. We're going back home, but we hope to come back here. And when we do, we hope to be here permanently, because it is a wonderful place, and you will love it.
Thank you so much, Donna, for sharing with us all. This has been Sid Grosvenor, your Lake Chapala information guy and buyers only exclusive realtor, signing off for now. Que la vaya bien.